And welcome back to the show. Well, now I want to take a look at a very, very exciting film project that has been happening here in Australia over the past few years. A few months ago, we heard that the very popular graphic novel, video game, and toy franchise Scarygirl, which was created by the very talented Nathan Jerevicius, was being turned into an animated film. Now, that got a lot of people excited because despite the fact here in Australia we don't make a lot of animated films ourselves, we have some of the most talented animators in the world. They're all of the top companies that do animation around the world often bring their products to Australia to get different parts of it done. And of course, with special effects and things like that, Australia is considered world leaders. In fact, even Marvel brings their stuff here to have special effects and CGI and animation done on them. So we get kind of excited if you're in the Australian film industry and you hear that an Australian animated film is being made simply because of the fact that we do it so well, we just don't do it enough. Now, the other exciting thing about Scary Girl being turned into a movie is that it has a ready-made audience. If you go online and have a look, there are people who have jumped on YouTube and made video clips from the game. They've put together soundtracks on Spotify and places like that. People are very, very passionate about this game and graphic novel. So there's a lot of excitement around this film, which is released in cinemas this week. Now, I had the chance this week to sit down and watch the film, and I have to say, anyone out there who likes animation, you are going to love this. Now, the big question I know a lot of people have asked me is if I've never I've never read the graphic novel or I've never played the game, am I going to understand the film? And I'm going to say yes, you are definitely going to understand the film. Basically, the film centers around the lead character Arky, played by Gillian Newen. Now, her world is turned upside down when an evil doctor, Dr. Maybe, voiced by Sam Neill, um, kidnaps the creature that she has always known as her father, an octopus. Now, he's a giant octopus who is believed to be extinct or a fictitious character, but these characters, including Dr. Maybe and also the Keeper, voiced by Anna Torv, they want one. So they send these kind of henchmen out to get one, and suddenly Arky finds that her father has been taken to the city, a place that her father has always told her is an evil place and that she should keep away from and never go to. Now, when she learns that's where her father is, she needs to head there not only to rescue her father, but to save the world. Now, it sounds a little bit complicated. It's not. When you're watching it, the story flows really, really well. In fact, this is the kind of animation that can be enjoyed by adults right through to children. I mean, I'm a 43-year-old male, and even I enjoyed sitting down and watching this. So it does have a very anime vibe to it, and I think that helps it make it more accessible for an older audience. Now, this also has an absolutely amazing voice cast that's put together. I've already mentioned Gillian Newen, for example. There's also the likes of Tim Minchin, Remy High, Deborah Mailman, Mark Cole-Smith, Dylan Alcott, of course, the athlete, in his very first acting role, and of course, as I said, Anna Torv and Sam Neill. Now, this is an amazing voice cast that we've been able to put together, like as a country and a film industry. But you know what? They're all Aussies. Like Sam Neill, we call him an Aussie. He's from New Zealand, but hey, he's a honorary Aussie. So this just shows just how powerful we can make animated films. The animation itself, when you're watching the film, it feels like you're watching a DreamWorks or a Pixar film. There's no way you're going to watch this and go, that animation is anything worse than what we're seeing coming out of Hollywood. It is equal to anything coming out of Pixar or DreamWorks at the moment. The other thing that really hits me about this film as well is that the storyline touches on so many topical kind of things that we see in contemporary day news. So there's a climate crisis, genetic engineering is talked about. There's a story about a daughter trying to find her father, trying to find her identity as well. But there's also another touching little story there revolving around one of the characters, and I won't go into too much of that because it's a spoiler. But a character whose morality is tested because of the city that he lives in, and he feels like he is doing things that he shouldn't be doing, but he does it basically to survive. So there's some pretty decent storylines in there as well that you're going to be able to sit down and watch, and then if you've taken your family along to see, you're going to be able to then sit down with your kids and talk about that a little bit, because they are topics that are explored in this, that are explored in such a way as well that you'll be able to talk about it with your kids. Don't ever feel like that this film is preaching to you though about those things. They're there, but they're part of the story. It's not like this film is going out of its way to try and turn your child into a climate activist or anything like that. The story is just there, and it's explored in the film, and it's done in such a way that most kids will take notice of it, but like I said, they're not going to go away and trying to turn into an activist or anything like that. And in fact, this is probably one of those really good educational kind of films that's educational and entertaining with some of the stuff that it touches on. So look, if you're looking to take your kids out to the cinemas this weekend, head out and check out Scarygirl. It is an absolutely amazing animation. I think that, as I said, it is a film for the entire family. The animation is top notch. It's a very anime feel when you're watching it. You're going to love it. I think the entire family are going to enjoy this. So go and check out Scarygirl, which is in cinemas this weekend. You might have to check your local cinema guide because it's not showing in every cinema. So check your local cinema guide. Go along and check out Scarygirl. I am giving this one 3.5 out of 5.